Go on.
Time to reload and hope I don't whiff again. There we go.
Wait. That was penetrating damage.
Was it penetrating?
Yeah. And it's supposed... well, okay, no, you can test so you can stay standing.
If it was penetrating, then you'll do some damage to him then.
Yeah,
good.
The target takes 1d6 plus 3 penetrating damage.
Okay, then yeah. So then yeah, you those 5 points. It does do a little bit.
Okay, so I assume my attack hits.
Yes, that will hit.
Do I have more dexterity than him? I have 3.
Yes. He's a big lumbering creature.
Yeah, I figured I would, but yeah, I have to ask and all. And then add a 3 of the piercing damage on top of that.
Is your bow magical?
No, I do not think so.
Okay. Nice. Okay, your aim is true, and you hit the creature, and you see a little bit more damage. You see lightning arc off the arrow and into the creature, but again, it's just not doing as much damage as you thought it would. Airy.
Alright, I'm gonna move through difficult terrain, I believe, and move 3 squares, and then charge for that last one and attack him.
Okay.
Oh, it broke.
Roll again. Nice.
Much better.
Nearly max.
And is his dexterity less than 2, or 2 or lower?
Yep.
So he's at 2, so it's equal. Okay.
No, he's lower.
Oh, he's lower. Okay. How much was the stunt cost of that Spirit Bane or whatever we were using? I cannot for the life of me find it.
It's not a stunt. Some creatures have special stunts you can perform while attacking them.
Okay.
This creature does not have that stunt.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to do a lethal blow as well as pierce armor. On top of my pinpoint attack as well.
Okay.
$18 with piercing on it.
18 points of total damage.
Correct. With pierce armor on it, so however that will go into effect.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you managed to get a couple swings into its kneecap, but as you cut into it, you're realizing the sort of same thing your friends have been realizing. Your blows are just not hitting. You're using all your force, and you are hitting him, but it's almost as if right on impact, something forces your forces your attack to just sort of gracefully slide off and just chip at his being. Chief's turn. All right, Winter, you watch as the chief then moves. He then continues to move, and he gets closer to his storm. And then he picks up his staff and just thunders it into the ground, and you hear a loud clapping sound, like thunder just cracking below your feet. And it seems to stun some of the creatures in front of him. Alright, it is now the Troglodytes' turn. 11 of their attacks hit. Okay, so the Trogs regroup. They come back together, also sort of adopting the same tactics, and they start swarming the Ogoluth. And several of them just start dying as their armorless bodies are no match for the vast number of Trogs and their superior weaponry. Jeff.
Okay, Jeffrey's gonna move. And Jeffrey feels confident, so he's actually going to switch things up and he's going to do a kick.
Alright, go ahead and roll. Roll again?
Sorry, he's hitting the one right in front of him, by the way.
Okay, go ahead and roll again. That will hit. Okay. Nice. So Jeffrey spots one Ogoluth that it comes near towards him, and it brings its clouds and sort of starts towards him. And Jeffrey just turns around and kick, just backs the creature across the sand and into the lightning storm. And as he does, a stray bolt of lightning strikes the creature, and it just disintegrates as its face hits the sand. Chaos.
How do the parties of Troglodytes around me look?
They look pretty okay. The one in front of you has lost probably 3 or 4, but most of them seem okay.
Well, I really want to summon and use Orb of Life, mostly because I slotted the spell and for cool flavor purposes. So even though I don't know how useful it actually is, I'm going to do that. Can I do that?
Sure.
Okay. Unless anyone in the party would like to object to that.
Try and make it look
I
like a
was
lemon.
thinking something.
In the middle of combat, you hear curiosity roar over the ground. What do you guys think I should do?
Maybe Winter could hear that.
Well, Curiosity knows what he's going to do. I was just asking for out of character reasons why he shouldn't do that.
Okay, I believe the Orb of Life has an animation on it, right?
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it does.
Alright, there we go.
So everyone who starts their turn within 10 feet gains 1d3 health at the start of their turn.
Okay. Harmony, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna start circling and going a little bit higher. Okay, so now I'm 20 yards in the air. He's not that tall, right?
How far in the air are you?
20 yards, so 60 feet.
Yes, you are above him.
Awesome. And then I'm gonna put my spear away because it's annoyingly useless and pull out the broken blade again. And mutter to myself, I wish I could have gotten this thing fixed. Just had to break when I stabbed into that stone. And that'll be my turn.
Alright. Winter.
Alright, how far is 30 feet from me?
You have a
5 squares.
measuring tape.
I didn't know how to use that.
Do you know now?
Click on the little ruler icon. It's the one with the circle ruler on it, and it'll give you a basically a measuring tape that you can then use to click on yourself and then drag, click and drag to see your distances.
Okay.
Just don't forget to click off of it, or click onto select to move or the arrow or something else, or else you're gonna go try to click and move your character and it's gonna like not let you do that.
Wait, is the 10 squares of effect for the Orb of Life actually what these say for 10 feet on this map? Sweet.
Hey, my computer's going crazy and taking me random places. I'm trying to go up.
Okay, you're here, right?
Yes, I was trying to go over 1 square, 2 squares, and up 2.
Like that?
Yes.
Okay.
And now I'm going to try and use flame weapon. Wow. Okay. Winter tries, but something happens and she just can't do it.
Yeah, Winter, unfortunately, even though you had a burst of courage earlier, you come around and you come around to the side, and for the first time, you really, not obscured by troglodytes and ogluth and storms, you see the creature, and it startles you. You're a little bit nervous seeing that for the first time, and you try to summon a flamed weapon in your hand, but instead, nothing. Your flames just
Flame weapons is a boost for everybody else.
Oh, you try to help, but you're just too startled and nervous to be able to get your magic off. All right, now it is his turn.
I don't know.
It was nice knowing you guys.
That one is to Eric.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And that one is to Lee. That will hit Lee. Okay, so damage to Ari. And he got stunned. So he's going to move you. So Ari took 14 points of damage, and Leader takes 12. Okay. So yeah, the bone golem, he brings his mace down on you, Ari, knocking you backwards as you basically a mass of bone just slams right in front of your face. He then backhands Leader, who stumbles back a little bit, but manages to keep hold, most of it, the impact being absorbed by his armor. And he moves in like that. Bramble.
As I'm focusing on the battle, for some reason, I get this little twinge, and I look over and I see Jeffrey's last attack, and I just yell out, "Yes!" And then I decide to move, and while I move, I run while I'm behind Vinda. I go, "How's your day going?" And then I'm going to attack. Let me see if I can point at him here. My select is not working. The guy above the orb.
Okay. Your ruler might be on.
No, I have it selected to select, but for some reason it's not selecting it.
Okay. I know who you're talking about, though. Go ahead and roll. Yep, that will hit. Okay, Vinda, you watch as your new plant friend runs past you and offers you a greeting, as he then strings an arrow and sort of like half jump launches himself into behind the troglodyte lines and lets an arrow go midway through his jump, and you watch it fly through the air and then just sort of bounce off of one of the Ogluth's shoulder. Like, sort of barely does a little bit of damage, but not a whole heck of a lot. But it was rather impressive for such a small amount of damage.
Oh yeah, I'm doing great. Made some new friends and all.
Okay, Ogluth. You watch as the storm, as quickly as it came, quickly disappears, and adding a little bit more quietness to the battlefield, though not much, as there's still plenty of combat going on. And then you watch as all the remaining Ogluth begin to run away to off to one side of the desert, just leaving the battlefield, running and screaming as they do. It is now leader's turn. But once again, leader takes his great sword and still screaming, big guy fall big, and starts smashing into its leg. But again, even though his sword seems rather large and even big for his small size, it just doesn't seem to really be penetrating this creature's hide, if it can even be called hide. Linda.
Okay. First of all, I'm going to get rewrite back up.
Roll again. Nice.
Then I am going to charge. So that gets +1 for charge, right?
Uh-huh. And because your Morning Star is conjured, it is considered magical.
Yep, let me see. I can do lethal blow, right?
So your life-size mace swings next to you, and you close your eyes and you bring about the energies of time around you once again, and a small, almost wisp-like trail of wind swirls around you, and as it reaches the top, your hammer whack, swings and slams into the jelly substance of the stomach. It seems to be caught by the armor, but it still does a significant amount of damage as it slaps and has a ripple like smacking Jello hard. You just hear this like dong as it sort of ripples out through his body. Go on.
I will repeat what I did last time and fire another bolt out. It's 14 a hit.
Yep.
And I already know that I have more dexterity than it.
Okay.
And then plus 3 piercing.
That has ended now, as the rounds are over.
Oh, it's in. Okay, then that's it.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the marker off my character.
Okay. Your arrow sinks in and seems to do a little more damage than last time, but again, just not doing as much damage as it could be. Ari.
Did the Ogreluth head off towards the, or did it seem like they were heading off towards the secret entrance, or were they more fleeing the battle?
They appear to be fleeing the battle. They're staying far away from the walls of the city, and they're running towards a ridge that you can't quite see over.
Okay. In that case, can I look and see if there's a little plate on the back of this thing's head or something? Basically, I'm looking for a soul shard or something that could be knocked free.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception searching.
Vinda, or Eagle, be set to use some of that stuff. Use some of your rewrite here in a second, because this is probably going to go bad. Yep, it went bad.
Roll again.
Thankfully it broke.
You
The
want to
creature-
use... Wait, would an extra one help with that at all?
No. The result would be the same.
Yeah, I'm guessing like a 13 would probably be it, or less. But only if you want to. It's one of those shot in the darks.
Rewrite is only for my own... The thing I've got to help others is Hands of Fate, and to have limited bonus points that I can give, and I currently only have one left.
Okay, that's okay then.
Yeah. Although the creature's lumbering in its movement, it's still too quick for you to really make out. The other thing is that as you're looking at it, the blue gelatin that seems to hold together, it's not translucent. It's very opaque, and you can't really see through it. It just looks like a massive gelatin blob intermixed with bones that seem to just be sort of jabbed into it in sort of makeshift armor. You can see pieces of different races inside of it, forming its different parts of its body.
Okay. Well, in that case, I will, I guess, attack, since I don't have much else, or my ideas are fresh out. Can I take an aim action, or was that the perception taking away the minor action?
Yeah, that took your minor.
Okay, no problem. Then I shall just swing away at with my short sword.
Yep, that will hit.
Interesting. And yeah, we did say that he had less than 2 decks, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know how well this is going to go, but we'll see. I'm going to use Mighty Blow and Knock Prone.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's an additional 2 damage, so a total of 8 damage, and he is knocked prone. Yep, any character making a melee attack against him gains +1.
I'm so sorry, Barry, but he's a large creature and can't be knocked prone.
Okay.
Sorry, and you really didn't do any damage to him.
Yeah, I figured I did little to nothing because I don't have a magical weapon, because reasons.
Reasons. I know. Probably blame me for the reasons. But yeah, you try, you have an idea, and you take your dagger and you jam at the back of the leg, which would cripple any other creature. But once again, there's almost this sort of subconscious thing, and you're not quite certain, but it's in the back of your mind every time you strike. The blade just always just barely it just barely misses its mark, and instead you just sort of end up scratching the creature, and it seems to do nothing to him. Chief Odaloop. Oh, that was the wrong spell. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Vinda, Bramble, Winter, and Curiosity. You all now gain Shocking Weapon. So any weapons you have in your possession now begin to sparkle with lightning energy, and you can now do 3 points of penetrating damage to a creature.
Does that include my water whip?
Yes, it does.
My electrical water whip. That's pretty cool.
Yep. So now you're now, in addition to the waterfall-like flow of your whip, it almost looks like an electric eel as it crackles with energy, with lightning energy going up and down, but surprisingly not doing you any harm. Okay. Alright, now it is the Troglodytes' turn.
So all the ones within 10 feet of the orb get health back.
Okay. How much health?
1d3.
Okay, 3. And then you guys watch as the Troglodytes then follow after the Ogoluth and start chasing them down off the battlefield.
Did any of them grab the orb like I told them to earlier?
Several of them do seem to touch it on their way out.
But they don't carry it with them?
No.
Darn.
You seem that they're kind of one-track mind, and they seem pretty intent on running that way.
Jeffrey is going to move. And then he is going to take a bite.
That will hit. Oh, nice.
And then he's going to use his stunt points for threaten.
Threaten? Okay.
Sorry, yes.
So he needs to make a strength intimidation check. Okay. So he beats the Bone Golem's willpower. Okay. There you go. So, weirdly enough, the Bone Golem's attention is turned away from the buff Troglodyte, the light bulb that seems to be doing some damage. Unfortunately, Ari, he was really not very focused on you, as you really haven't done much.
Yeah, I figured.
So sorry. But instead, his attention is drawn to the small camel leopard that is now chewing away at its kneecap, doing minimal damage, but it's enough that it seems to be annoying him. Curiosity.
Well, I guess I will just let my Orb of Life fade away. And then I will fly up over behind the leader and attack the golem with my whip.
Okay, and again, as your weapon is conjured, it is considered magical. Nice.
Is that hit?
Yep. Alright. So you... Actually, I keep forgetting. Okay. You crash your whip into the creature's form. And you watch the water cascade over the creature like a simple, like he'd just been sprayed by a hose on shower, and it just seems to just get him wet. And you watch as the lightning arcs off of your whip, but doesn't seem. But it just seems to be absorbed into its gelatin matter. So you actually do no damage this turn. Harmony.
Alright, I'm gonna dive at this thing, so... And attack it with the remnants of this untouched sword. This seems familiar. But I also get a +1 to that because of the diving.
Okay, that will hit. Okay.
And that's gonna get absorbed by its armor. Yay.
Yeah. You think you have a good idea, and you try and take the sword and jam it into him. But as you do, the short blade you're not used to, as it's very short, the size of a dagger, gets caught on its bone shoulder pad, and you just end up sort of just scraping at the bone shoulders, and not really doing anything.
Cool. Alright, now I'm just flying, so now I'm 3 yards off the ground.
Winter.
Sorry, my thing didn't want to work.
You're fine.
I'm going to try flame weapons again, but first I want to see how far everybody is. Okay, so Winter's gonna move up 2 squares. And she's going to try flame weapons again.
Okay, this is getting ridiculous.
And it's too much for me to help with.
Yeah, once again, you start feeling that panic creep up into you, and you can't get any of your spells, and you start wondering to yourself, do I even know how to cast spells? Have I ever even used magic? And your flame will creep around your fingers for a moment and then will disappear. How does the Bones Golem's turn? And it's going to make 2 attacks. On Jeffrey. Will those hit?
Are they magical attacks?
They are not.
And then also, another question, does he have natural armor or no?
He does.
How much would his natural armor be?
You don't know that.
Okay. His defense is 15, so I think the favor goes to the attacker, or is it?
I'm sorry, his attacks are magical. Sorry.
Oh, okay, if they're magical, Jeffrey gains a +2 to resist spells. Plus a +3 in armor.
Okay, it's not a spell. His attacks are just magical in nature.
Okay. So it's a tie.
Then that hits.
Do you remember that the armor means you don't take as much damage?
Yep.
Correct.
But both of those attacks will hit Jeffrey. So he will take 24 points of damage.
Okay.
I think you can take 3 off for the 3 armor on each attack. So -3 to each attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
The first attack had stunts, so he's going to use those. And he's going to use 4 to seize the initiative.
Oh.